Here we have the new Epic Force 4-inch, Epic Force, right? No, Epic Heroes 4-inch Darth Vader figure. I found this at Walmart just today. Previously, I found the deluxe Paz Vizsla and Sabine Wren. This is the first seeing the regular figures. These go for about $10, and this kind of gives you an idea. We got some nice card art. I do like the art on these. It's kind of nice, a little cartoonish, but you know it's unique for each figure. Then we have a picture of the figure on the back, no numbers. Little bit of information about Darth Vader there. But we have small cards. It was hard to tell in the deluxe figures. To give you an idea, like there's a difference between a TVC and one of these cards. So you can see how much smaller it is. We've had smaller cards in the past. I think of the 3 3/4 inch Black Series stuff that we had. I think there were a couple others. Like Rebels and that were pretty small cards, if I remember correctly. Resistance were really small cards. So let's go ahead and check out this Darth Vader and see what he's all about. So here we have our Darth Vader figure, and it's actually better painted than I thought it would be. And you know, he's got a little bit of bend to one arm, which is pretty nice. I remember the earlier shots, it seemed like they didn't paint the chest buttons at all, and they clearly have. He's got the silver paint on top. It's not a bad head sculpt either. I've seen far worse on figures, and for, you know, a cheaper figure, it's actually pretty good. He has a plastic cape, which is removable, has a big old hole there in the back, of course, and the skirt is plastic as well, and you notice that it's got a little bit of movement there, so you can, you know, move Vader or whatever. And I did notice, if you look at the wrist, it has a little hole in it. If you remember, Paz Vizsla and Sabine Wren had accessories that you could snap onto the wrists with those little pegs. So clearly, we have some interchangeable parts here so that you can do that. He does come with a lightsaber. It's, you know, pretty simple lightsaber, just a little red, and you can see that the hilt is completely silver. So, you know, one coat of paint. Not too surprising for a cheaper line. So, I mean, he's not a bad figure. So how does he compare to, let's look at Retro here. So you can see as far as height, all those people worried about 4-inch figures being, you know, bigger than our 3 3/4 inch. Well, there, get right down on level here. So you can see they're pretty much the same height, so there's not a whole lot of difference. And if we compare to TVC here with this Obi-Wan Kenobi Darth Vader, you can see that actually the TVC is a little bit taller than this 4-inch figure. So yeah, in some cases our 3 3/4 inch figure in quotes may actually be taller than the 4-inch figure. In all, I kind of like this figure. Now, you know, I'm a fan of Darth Vader, and I always like to get new Darth Vaders. And I'll admit, when I saw him at the store, I was like, "Oh, cool! It's new figures." And it can always be exciting for getting new figures for me, especially Darth Vader figure. You can see that this cape plug doesn't like to stay in very well, or hard to go in anyway. And it looks pretty good. Now, it is fully 5 POA. It's just standard swivel joints at the hips, the shoulders. And it is, somebody asked me on one of the previous, it is a ball joint in the head. So it's possible you could take these heads and put them on other figures. But, you know, I'm interested to see, you know, does the Stormtrooper have as little paint as the stuff that we've seen about it have, or what? But, man, I think it's a pretty cool figure. You know, for a cheap figure, something to get your kids type of thing. If you're like me and you have kids and they want to get Star Wars figures, it's better than buying a TVC. So, there we go. There's our Epic Heroes Darth Vader 4-inch figure.